our homes provide us with many basic comforts that we sometimes take for granted. This boy has turned on a faucet to get water for his cat to drink. The plumbing system in the boy's home brings him clean water whenever he wants it. Through a window, a girl watches her brother playing in the snow. A heating system keeps the children's house warm in cold weather. Without electricity, this girl could not run her sewing machine. Electricity provides the energy for lights and for such appliances as the sewing machine and the refrigerator. 3 systems, for electricity, for plumbing, and for heating, help to make the girl's home a comfortable place to live. Electric lights shine from a house on a dark winter evening. The electric power for this house was produced miles away at a power plant like this one. Inside this plant, huge machines called generators change the energy of burning coal or oil into electric energy. Other plants use water power or nuclear energy to produce electricity. These lines carry electricity from a power plant to many homes and businesses. The electric current in power lines must be very strong to travel long distances. High above the ground, 2 workers repair lines that carry electricity to buildings. The current in power lines is too strong to be used in a house. The can-shaped container on this pole is called a transformer. It reduces the electric power to the amount needed in a home. Many newer electric lines are buried underground. Here, a worker lays a cable in a ditch. The cable contains wires that will carry electricity to these new homes. A man from a power company reads a meter on the side of a house. The people living here will be charged for the electricity they have used. The meter measures electricity in units called kilowatt hours. Different appliances use different amounts of electricity. 1 kilowatt hour of electricity provides enough energy to run a refrigerator for about 6 hours, or to heat an iron for about 1 hour. The electric meter for your home probably looks like this one. In each circle, an arrow points to a number. Read these numbers from left to right. If the arrow is between 2 numbers, read the smaller number. The correct reading for this meter is 07488, or 7,488 kilowatt hours. An electrician installs, or puts in, wiring for a room. Only people with special training should work on household wiring. The wiring in a house is divided into many separate paths, called circuits. These students have each set up a simple electric circuit. In the girls' circuit, electricity flows from a dry cell through a wire to a light bulb and a switch, and back to the dry cell. The bulb lights up because the circuit is complete. The boy has opened a switch, stopping the flow of electricity to his light bulb. An electrician tests wires before installing a wall switch, like the one shown in the close-up. When a wall switch is turned on, a circuit is completed, allowing electricity to flow. When the switch is turned off, the circuit is broken, and electricity cannot flow. 4 appliances have been plugged into this outlet. Using many appliances on one circuit can be dangerous. A circuit can carry only a certain amount of electricity. If a circuit is overloaded, wires can become hot and start a fire. To help prevent overheating in the wires, all houses and other buildings have control panels. This panel has many switches called circuit breakers. Each switch controls one circuit. If a circuit is overloaded, the switch turns off automatically to break the circuit. The woman has unplugged the appliances that were overloading a circuit. Now she is turning the switch back on. An older home may have a control panel like this one. It contains fuses instead of switches. If a circuit overloads, a fuse blows, breaking the circuit. Here a person removes a blown fuse. The blackened fuse on the right has blown. The metal strip in its center melted to break the circuit. The fuse on the left is a new one. A blown fuse must be replaced by a new one of the same type. This diagram of a house shows the spaces between the walls and the floors. Electric wires are installed in these spaces. Broken yellow lines represent the wires in the house. The control panel is in the basement. Electricity comes to the control panel through an underground line. In the control panel, electricity is divided into separate circuits. In each circuit, wires carry electricity to some part of the house and back to the control panel. Today, many of us use large amounts of electricity. Can you see how this woman could lower her electric bill? We need water for drinking, for cooking, and for washing. Like electricity, water is used in many parts of a home. A system of pipes brings clean water to this sink and to other plumbing fixtures. Drain pipes take wastewater away. If you live in the country, your water probably comes from a well. This man is drilling a well to provide water for one house. A tall, silver-colored storage tank rises above a community. The tank provides water for many city buildings. Water from lakes, from rivers, or from large wells is purified and pumped up into such tanks. The water flows down from the tank into the city water system. The force of the falling water helps it move through miles of pipes. Workers install a large underground pipe called a water main. The main will carry water to a new community. Smaller pipes will carry the water into each house. A mother and her son read their water meter. The meter measures and records the amount of water used in their house. As a house is built, pipes are installed inside its walls. This plumber is preparing one end of a pipe before joining it to another pipe. Using a torch, the plumber melts a special metal called solder. The solder will flow into the joint between two pipes. When the solder cools and hardens, it will hold the pipes together. These pipes will carry clean water. The larger black pipe will carry wastewater. Clean water flows into a sink as a boy washes dishes. Later, the soapy water will go down the drain to a waste pipe. This diagram shows the special shape of the drain pipe under a sink. The U-shaped bend is called the trap. Some water always remains in the trap. The water prevents odors and gases in the waste pipe from entering the room. In this house, clean water enters the basement through an underground pipe. Some of the water is heated by the water heater. Hot water, shown in red, and cold water, shown in blue, are carried by pipes to sinks and to other fixtures. Waste pipes are shown by a broken black line. In the main waste pipe, gases rise to the roof and escape to the outside air. Waste water flows down the pipe and is carried away. In cities, pipes carry waste water to sewage treatment plants, like this one. Here the water is treated to destroy germs. The treated water is tested to be sure it is clean. Then it is released into rivers or streams. Two men lower a concrete septic tank into the ground. Outside of cities, many homes have septic tanks to treat wastes. The underground septic tank is connected to the waste pipe from a house. In the tank, solid wastes are broken down by bacteria. Liquids flow through another pipe from the top of the tank to a drain field. A worker lays pipes in a network of ditches that will form an underground drain field for a new house. Water from a septic tank will flow through the pipes. These pipes have many small holes that allow the water to drain into the soil. The soil serves as a filter to clean the water. A man and his son warm themselves by a fireplace. A fireplace heats only a small part of a room. Most of the air heated by the fire goes up the chimney. Better methods have been developed to carry heat to all parts of a house. A simple experiment shows how heat can be carried by water. These children have set up two bottles separated by a hard sheet of plastic. The top bottle contains clear, cold water. The lower bottle holds hot water dyed with food coloring. When the plastic sheet is removed, the colored hot water rises because it is lighter than the cold water. As hot water rises up one side of the bottle, heavier cold water sinks down the other side to take its place. This creates a circular movement called a current. Such currents are important in home heating systems. Many houses have a hot water heating system. The large metal box on the left is a boiler. The close-up at right shows the gas burners that heat water in this boiler. Hot water rises to the top of the boiler and is pumped through pipes to radiators in all the rooms of the house. Reading a newspaper, a woman sits by a radiator, the row of pipes under the window. Hot water from the boiler passes through the radiator, heating the air around it. Heated air, shown by the red arrow, rises to the ceiling. The blue arrow shows how cooler air falls to the floor and moves to the radiator to be heated. This diagram shows a hot water heating system in a house. Hot water, shown in red, comes to radiators from the boiler in the basement. Cooler water, shown in blue, returns to the boiler to be reheated. This girl has removed the front cover of a newer type of radiator called a baseboard radiator. She touches a row of metal fins that surround the hot water pipe. The fins help move the heated air into the room. In his basement, a young man examines a furnace. A furnace heats air, not water. Air heated by gas burners rises to the top of the furnace. A fan pushes the air into special pipes called ducts. A workman installs a metal duct beneath a floor. The duct will carry warm air from the furnace to a vent or register. The girl feels hot air coming from the register. The hot air rises and warms the room. Cooler air returns to the furnace through other ducts. This diagram shows how a hot air system heats a house. Air is heated by the furnace in the basement. The hot air rises through the ducts shown in orange to registers in each room. Cooler air goes through other ducts shown in blue back to the furnace to be heated. A girl shows her sister how to set the temperature dial on a thermostat. The thermostat turns the heating system on and off to maintain the temperature the girls choose. By choosing a lower temperature, they can reduce their heating bill. A house contains a complex network of 3 systems: for electricity, for plumbing, and for heating. These systems work together to make a house a comfortable place to live. 2 friends wash their hands before lunch. Just imagine the long journey the water made to reach this sink. A boy reads in a bright, warm room. Behind the walls of this room are hundreds of feet of wires, ducts, and pipes. By exploring your own home with an adult, you can find out more about plumbing, heating, and electrical systems.